Hey BookTube, this is Friday Reads.
I got my ticket for the long way round.
I'm Jen and I listen to audiobooks. Lots of audiobooks these days because I'm turning into iGen. It's a little ridiculous. I have my little iPod Shuffle, which I use when I swim. Then I've got my iPhone 4, which I use like an iPod. I don't use it as a phone. It's just a listening thing. And then I found the other day my iPhone 5, which I thought, ooh, I'll load that up with more books. And then I've got my phone. And then I've got my iPad on which I am recording. And then I have my MacBook Pro. Now all of this is because, really, iPhones are idiot proof in that they have one button. One button. That's it. And I get it. I get the Apple OS and I'm happy with that, and I don't want to have to learn anything new. Even though my husband has a Galaxy something kind of phone and it's got a beautiful camera, much better than this one, and I don't care, whatever. It works and I understand it. So anyway, I can't believe that I ran across this old phone the other day. So I charged it up and loaded it up, and now I have all my romance books on this iPod, phone / whatever, and then I have all my other books on this one, and then I also have this one. Now this little guy is so nice because you can just clip it on to I clip it onto my suit or my goggles, and you could, if you were running, you could clip it onto something you were wearing while you were running, or any other kind of exercise, your yoga thing, your even just taking a walk, and you just put your earbuds in and you're good to go. The only thing about it is that it only goes one speed. And with me these days, I listen to everything at 1.25 or 1.5 the speed, usually 1.25, because it speeds it up enough that it moves along a little faster, but not so much that it distorts the way that the words are said or the cadence of the speech, really. So these are waterproof. This is waterproof. It works great. And even though it's only at 1 times the speed, I only use it when I get into the pool. So it's not a big deal, but great little thing to have. This is made by Audio Flood, and you can find it online through Amazon. There's one other company that makes it. I forget what they're called, but anyway, you can look on Amazon for this if you are interested. Best birthday present I ever got a couple of years ago. So this weekend on my romance iPod, I am listening to Kulti. This is by Mariana Zapata, and it's narrated on audio by Callie Dalton. And it's all about a woman who is 27 and she is a professional soccer player. And she has idolized this man who is a soccer player for years. And he is now retired, and he has become the assistant coach for her team. And so she has always idolized him, always been in love with him. And I think that this little excerpt from the synopsis is so perfect, the way it describes the story. Sal had long ago gotten over the worst non-breakup in the history of imaginary relationships with a man that hadn't even known she existed. Man, is that not the story of so many of us who have idolized some, celebrity? Apparently it's going to be the romance between the two of them, and I think it's going to be great. And so far it's pretty funny, and it's an interesting look at the world of soccer, professional soccer, which I know nothing about. So I'm looking forward to that. I've gotten a little ways into it, about an hour and 15 minutes into it or so far, and I like it a lot. So I'll probably finish that this weekend. Then on my regular iPod, I am listening to The Interestings. It's right here, and it is by Meg Wolitzer. And it is a story, it's literary fiction really, about 4 friends who meet at an art camp in 1974. And they become friends, and they decide that they're going to call themselves something, the group. And they think, well, they're all interesting people, so they're going to be known as the Interestings. And the story follows them from when they are teenagers in 1974 through kind of their early adulthood and then on into middle age. And I think it's going to be really interesting because it's probably going to feel a lot like my life. I'm not sure if I'm going to like that or not, because I don't generally like books that are about lives like mine, because I already live my life. I want something different. I'm an escapist reader, so I don't know, but you know, my good friend Helene at Helene the Book Owl said it was one of her favorite books of last year, and so she raved, and I thought, okay. On audio, it's narrated by Jen Tulloch, and I like her as a narrator so far, and I've just barely gotten into it, like 5 minutes into it. And that is basically my weekend. I do have The Hand That First Held Mine by Maggie O'Farrell. I think this is more like chick lit, actually. It's about motherhood and daughterhood and all of that. And my good friend Patty sent me this, or gave this to me actually when I saw her. And I have this on hold at the library, but I haven't been able to download it just yet. So once I do, then I'll probably start listening to that. And I have a long trip coming up on Sunday, so if I haven't finished the Interestings by then I'll finish that and then I'll pick this up. So that is my weekend. Tell me what you're reading this weekend, because you know I always want to know, and you give me such good recommendations. As a matter of fact, Kulti is one of those recommendations. So I have really high expectations of that. I hope I'm not disappointed. I don't think I will be, because it's really good so far. So anyway, let me know what you're reading. Let's talk about it, and have a good weekend, and I will see you next time. Thanks for watching.
I'm gone. You're gonna miss me when I'm gone. You're gonna miss me by my walk. You're gonna miss me by my talk. Oh, you're gonna miss me when I'm gone.